Hey everyone, my name's Jo. Welcome to Aussie Homeschool Adventures. It's great to have you here. Today I have a collaboration video. I'm working with a bunch of other Aussie and international homeschoolers here on YouTube. We're all presenting videos on our different homeschool philosophies, the different methods and the different ways in which we homeschool. So I'll be leaving a link in my description box below of all the other channels that are involved. Be sure to check them out, have a look at what they do and how their philosophy and their homeschool hows differ from mine. So there are lots of different homeschooling methodologies out there. Everything from Charlotte Mason inspired to classical, traditional, unschoolers, unit studies, Waldorf, Montessori. There's lots. I probably left a few out of my list. But for me, I'm what we call an eclectic homeschooler, which basically is a pick and choose. You choose the different things for different areas, different subjects that works the best for you and your kids in your homeschool. So I'm definitely eclectic. We use a variety of different curriculums and programs and products in a variety of different styles. But I'm mostly Charlotte Mason inspired, or Charlotte Mason ideally. Now, Charlotte Mason was a lady from the 1800s who loved nature, short lessons for children, lots of play and things like that. I'm no expert, so I really wouldn't be able to give you a correct terminology. But the curriculums that I use are often deemed as Charlotte Mason inspired. So we use things like Story of the World, which is a living book. So it's a living history, a living story, rather than a textbook, which is a little bit dry. These are stories that tell the information. So we read this one for our world history. We're reading through level 1 at the moment. We're nearly done with it. And then we'll work through some of the activities that come in the activity book. So there's colouring in, timeline, mapping, crafts, things like mummifying a chicken, which we didn't do, but we could have done. The instructions were actually in here to do something as disgusting as that, but interesting and kind of cool. So lots of different activities in there, and we work through and pick and choose the ones that we like the best. So that's one of our Charlotte Mason curriculums that we use. I use master books, which deem themselves as Charlotte Mason inspired, because every week we start off with a story that puts what we're learning about that week in either language or maths into a everyday real life situation. So we really enjoy this curriculum. It's really short, really sweet. The lessons only go for about 25 minutes at most. They're really short, fun lessons. So, we have really beautiful pictures. We do picture studies in there as well, which that was a picture study looking at this classic painting from 1700s through till the picture study here at the start of this week. And then we just have really, really simple lessons. So this week we're reviewing some word usages. They're writing a little story here about the picture, or finishing the story, I should say, which is really good. And we've got different exercises here on things like its and whose and nouns, verbs, possession, activities on adverbs, writing paragraphs. So they're really short lessons. Like that is just the one day's activity. So if the kids are focused, you can get it done in not very long at all. If they're not focused, it doesn't take too much longer, but it's not too bad. There's beautiful scripture and poetry mixed throughout it. As a Christian homeschooler, I love having my kids reading the Bible and learning more about God, even as we're doing our English or our maths or our language arts. Call the subject whatever you will. So definitely love our Charlotte Mason inspired curriculums for those sort of subjects. But then I do different things as well. Like I'm using The Good and the Beautiful's marine biology as our science at the moment. This is definitely more of a unit study, slightly more traditional in its take, in that it has more information presented. It's not stories. They have stories that you can go with it that I don't actually have any of. But once again, it's got lots of beautiful pictures and information, crafts and activities. They're still fairly short lessons and hands-on with lots of activities. So, but I don't think they would define themselves as Charlotte Mason inspired. It's not a living book per se. And then I use Gather Round. I don't have that book on me, but I use the Gather Round Asia curriculum at the moment for our geography, but then I also am doing geography, and we're finished with that, with just using normal books over here. So I've got just normal information books. These aren't living stories at all, and the girls will be reading these and filling in sheets, like a fun worksheet that I've done that we're answering questions about, like where it is, what the flag is, who the leader is, foods that they eat, places that they could visit, all sorts of things like that. Just basic research skills that are really important life skills. So that's more of a traditional sort of school approach that I do for things like that. So we do a real mix. Like I said, I'm definitely an eclectic homeschooler, and I find that works really well, because then I can have that real flexibility of being able to change and move and give and do different things. If something's not working, I can mix it up and change it up. So for me, yes, I'm definitely an eclectic homeschooler. Please make sure you check out some of the other homeschoolers' channels in the description box down below and see what methods and how they homeschool their kids. If you like this sort of content, please stick around. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. It really does help my channel to grow. Share this video with your friends that are interested in homeschooling and learning more about it. Please do subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!